Mr. L live and that boy leveled. Boy leveled. Boy leveled. Mr. L live and that boy leveled. Boy leveled. Boy leveled. Mr. L live. Mr. L live and that Mr. L live and that boy leveled. Boy leveled. Boy leveled. Mr. L live and that boy leveled. Boy leveled.
What's up, people? It's your boy LeveledHead back with another Live and Leveled Gamers podcast. My boy Mr. L Live is not here at the moment. Hopefully he will show up a little bit later. I got two worthy guests with me for this show, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with my partner in gaming, Empire Acadia. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's TriForce, guys. I'm glad to be back for yet another show, give my insight, and yeah, I'm just glad to be here.
All right, I also got another partner here by the name of John Shaw. What's up, John?
What's up? Chilling, always.
And we're just here to shoot the breeze, man. We haven't talked in a while. Haven't actually done a Live and Level Gamers podcast in over a month. And, been trying to get these guys all together in one spot so we can do this. Was working on Mr. Live, but seemed like I can't get in contact with him for a moment. But hopefully he'll show up. But anyway, man, we got a lot prepared for you for tonight. Been a lot of things that have been announced concerning Nintendo, and this is a Nintendo-centered podcast. So we will be talking a lot of Nintendo, but we won't just leave it with Nintendo. We're going to talk other things as well. And you know how we get when we get to going, so we finna just jump in. First of all, let's bring everybody up to speed. John, what you been on, man, here lately? What you gaming on? Just let everybody know what you're doing.
I've been playing some Infamous, 3D World, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask you about that Infamous because I haven't gotten the opportunity to play it, and I need to talk to K-Bomb and see if he even got it. TriForce, what you been gaming on? I know you have your handy 3DS with you normally.
Believe it or not, the last month, okay, so I've been in France for the last month, and I forgot that France has a different charger system, and my charger does not work, so my 3DS died 2 days after I got to France. I've not been playing anything. I've just been working, watching a lot of League of Legends and dealing with my team, Empire Acadia, and helping some of the players and managerial work, the usual.
Okay.
Playing that game. I'm playing that video game.
They're playing that real world, huh?
Yeah, real world game. And trust me, real world games suck.
Yeah. So, here lately, man, I've been playing Splinter Cell on the Wii U. Threw it back in. I kind of got bored of that game, but I've been trying to finish a lot of games in my backlog, so I threw that back in and actually have gotten really into it. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm pretty much at the end. I'm right after where you defuse the bombs and all that. I don't know if any of you guys played it. Am I spoiling things?
No, I'm playing. I got it. I started playing it because I was trying to.
Oh, my bad. Well, you don't know where that's at, so.
I was trying to wait because I like the online part, but when I got it, it wasn't working. So.
Yeah, the online, not on the Wii U far as the online part is pretty janky, so I don't know.
Well, Splinter Cell's been janky with the online for a while. They have some good concept with online, but they can never get the code right to where it runs. It's either, it's like you might get it running the first day, but then once everybody else starts getting it, it starts lagging and stuff. It starts messing up,
Well, I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get through my backlog. I got a pretty deep backlog. I was just buying games, dude. I was trying to support Nintendo any way I could. I was just buying games. My wife was giving me the rock look. I was just copping them, man, left and right, but I had to slow down on that. So now I'm just trying to catch up. I got a few other games. I need to get through that Wonderful 101. I'm pretty deep in that. But I've really been on that Splinter Cell, man. I've really been enjoying it. the story is starting to open up in a way that it was kind of slow paced at the beginning, and that you had a lot of distractions with side quests and all that. So I kind of got out of it, and I had other games like Mario 3D World came out, and that took my attention until I beat it, and then DK's Tropical Freeze came out, and that took my attention. But I put it back in, man. I've been really enjoying it. I've taken a little pause on YouTube and kind of doing other things, so I've had time to game a little bit. So, but anyway, with that being said, since everybody caught up, let's get into some topics. Mario Kart 8 was revealed on a grander scale a few weeks ago, and since I got two worthy candidates here, I want to talk about this game and your thoughts and your take on Nintendo and the reveal and Mario Kart 8. Starting with TriForce, what was your thoughts, man, well, I'm pretty sure you had already seen a lot of this. So, what are your thoughts on Mario Kart 8 and what they revealed a few weeks ago?
Definitely a next-gen Mario Kart game because of the different vehicles, the tracks, and the ability that the Wii U gives the game. When they made Mario Kart for the Wii, it was great, but it's just, I don't know. When they made 64, Mario Kart 64, you could see this huge jump in terms of what they were going for versus Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. The next Mario Kart after that had a huge jump, but really wasn't that much of a jump. They just added more tracks. Was Mario Kart DS. When that was the next big Mario Kart. The console Mario Double Dash and 7, they missed the marks. A lot of throwback tracks, and then they tried to come up with new vehicles. And it was great and everything, but no, like, I think what people forgot, well, in my opinion, what Nintendo did with Double Dash and 7 was they focused more on the vehicles and the items, and they forgot what made Mario Kart so great was the track design. Now in Mario Kart 8, the track design is off the chain. That's what's going to make this Mario Kart the best Mario Kart since DS and 64 because of the track design. The anti-gravity track is coconuts right now. So like people got to understand, and I think they hit the nail in the coffin with this one. They went back to the track design. This is another issue. Same thing for like F-Zero. F-Zero has not gotten back into like its full steam because like when you look at F-Zero, they try to add a story mode, but F-Zero was never about the story mode. F-Zero was about speed and a track. So when they make another F-Zero game and and they can somehow get back to the core fundamentals of that, the track design and being able to express speed control and track design, then you'll have the next great F-Zero game. So far right now, Mario Kart 8 is a must. This is not coming from a Nintendo fan. This is coming from a gamer who's looking at the design and for the ability to play the game and enjoy it. I give Mario Kart 8 like a 8.59. I never give a game a 10, no matter what game it is, because there's no such thing. But I give it an 8.59.
Okay, John, I'm gonna let you jump on in here, and then because you two actually have played the game, so y'all can go into a little bit more depth than us who have just seen pictures and haven't gotten a chance to actually taste of the goodness. But John, go ahead and give your thoughts on what you saw and actually compared to what you saw at E3 and played at E3 last year.
I mean, as far as for what they showed now, they showed a few more tracks and stuff, and into a couple more items, but mostly it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. But like like I said back then, I really enjoyed the game. And also something else that I really enjoy. And I think it's a Nintendo thing that just keeps things fresh. Like being able to have different controls, you know, because the different controllers that you have is going to change the way you play.
Right.
You know, you playing with the gamepad, you're basically gonna utilize the touchscreen and stuff like that. You're playing with the Wiimote. If you're playing with the Wiimote, just the Wiimote, and you're using the motion controls like that, that's also gonna change the way you play. It's gonna change the way things control too.
So you got options.
Yeah, you got options. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it changes the game. And also it's just fun. You know.
Right.
And I really enjoyed my time with it. That's one of the games that I actually enjoyed the most at E3.
Okay. Well, one thing I did notice from what they showed, a little bit that they showed back at E3 to now, is the graphical aspect of the game has enhanced tremendously. It always looked good, but it seemed like they just no holds barred with their attention to detail. I mean, down to like when we go anti-gravity and the wheels still turning on the vehicle as they drive. I like the fact that the characters have a lot of different animations. Normally if you hit them with a shell or attack another enemy and you actually hit your target, it's signified by your character doing like a fist up or something like that. But even that has been enhanced in such a way that it's just like TriForce said, it's next gen. It's the next gen Mario Kart. I like how they said when you're in anti-gravity, where before you would try to avoid the other kart. You didn't want to bump nobody because you didn't want to lose momentum. But in this, when you're in anti-gravity, you want to bump people because it gives you momentum. And that kind of changed the dynamics and the way that you had to reconfigure your way of thinking with a Mario Kart, because that's something that you would avoid back in the day. Now that's something you're trying to do. It just seemed like May 30th can't get here fast enough. The new items that they added, like the boomerang, I don't know if any one of y'all actually saw the item at E3, but how do once you throw it, it whips back to you, and on the third one, it go around the whole track, I heard. It's just a lot of nuances to the game that really makes this game look very, very, very appealing to me. Anybody got any other thoughts they want to add to it?
No, not me. Don't mean to kind of sound silent about the situation, but I agree with what you said. I can't find any fault in that, but yeah.
It looks
cool on that one.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I'm really looking forward to this game. Actually, this is one of the games that I've really been looking forward to. I'm a big Mario Kart fan. I'm looking forward to the online. I can't wait till they do a direct where they kind of go into the online features, cause the next game we're finna talk about, Sakurai actually did go into depth with the feature, and I think he's still leaving out some things. So let's just transition to this. SmashBros had a Nintendo Direct early this week. Well, last week. What was it? Was it this week? Early this week, Tuesday. And I just want to get y'all thoughts. I started with Try last time. I'll start with you, John. What was your thoughts on SmashBros?
I don't have much to say because I don't really play Smash Bros. So I don't really. I've never played the Smash Bros. So,
you never have?
No, never have. So I was like, I don't really. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it. It looks fun. The graphics look good. It looks like it has a whole lot of different characters and different stages that just interactions and stuff that you do with it. And so I can't say it from an expert point of view because I don't play it. In fact, I've been telling myself to go upstairs and get the kids because he has it for the Wii, the Wii one. I don't know which one is Brawl and Melee.
Brawl, yeah.
That's Brawl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he has it for that, so I've been meaning to go get that so I can kind of practice, so I can at least semi know what I'm doing when it come out.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I'm not the hugest Smash fan, but I bought every iteration, every entry into the series. I bought them. I like Smash. I mean, it's not Kart to me. Smash is a deep game. It don't look deep. It don't look deep from the surface. It looks just like a bunch of chaos, a bunch of, child's play. But I'm pretty sure TriForce can add more depth into this. But the game got a lot of depth to it. I was on a podcast with Tony Rendy and S4Y and KFD and Active Gamer, and just sitting there listening to them. This game, I mean, I was listening to how they was breaking the game down. I was like, man, I never really got off into Smash as deep as these brothers do. And I never understood, even down to Evo, how it's in the tournament. I for a while, I couldn't understand it. But then when I started to really pay attention to just how deep this game goes and just how many moves is there, if you know how to manipulate them, it's really a deep fighter. So it doesn't look like that from the, because it's Nintendo characters and it's cartoony and it seems like it's child's play and it's for children. But once you start to unravel the mysteries and the depths of that game, it's a lot there. But everything that I've seen, looks tremendous. It actually looks like it's going to be the must-have Smash entry. But let TriForce jump in here because I know he's a Smash fan. So what you think, Tri?
Well, based on everything I've seen on Nintendo Direct, this to me is going to be the best Smash Brothers game, period. Not because that's the goal Sakurai is aiming for, is because Sakurai is doing one of the most difficult things there is to do in terms of creating a game. And that is to balance the game both in and outside of it. Not only is he making a lot of balance changes in the game, but he's trying to balance the satisfaction of both the casual and the hardcore gamer. And that is very difficult to do without changing the core element of the game, which, to be honest with you, is just a party game. Everyone to have fun. And so far, based on what I've seen, the game is great. This is what everyone's waiting for, and this is just the 3DS one. Wait till when they put out the Wii U, because just like the 3DS one has a special mode that's exclusive to it, the Wii U will have something in as well. There's not too much I can say about this because, as you know, on the previous podcast, I already told you when Smash drops, it's a wrap. These fools was done. Like, Nintendo's gonna, put hands on these guys and let these guys understand what it is that they run the scene. If I was to give Smash Brothers a rating, I would give it an 11. I lied in my earlier statement saying that I don't give games 10. Well, actually, I didn't lie because I said I don't give any games 10. I give them 11s. So yes, this game is a must cop game.
Yeah, it's like I said, Smash Bros. When they showed Mega Man got my attention.
Oh, man.
That got my attention when they showed that. But then to see this game and some of I'm not even big off into Pokemon like that, but see some of these Pokemon characters like the Ninja. I don't know how they exactly say it, but it was the new character they showed at the end of the direct when Mario and one of the Pokemon was facing off. Charizard was facing off, and then he
jumped out.
He jumped out. Yeah, you know his name?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Gren Ninja, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
He got his tongue wrapped around his neck, but the boy is bad, man.
It's one of the new Pokemons from X and Y, because I've never heard of that Pokemon before, and I don't have X and Y, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but, it doesn't matter what character they would have put out anyway. When any character Nintendo puts out, that the Nintendo character is always going to be loved and accepted, so it would have made a difference. I'm just waiting for the Golden Sun. Little Mac is in the game, so no one can even complain anymore. Like, Little Mac is ridiculous, B. And then the wireframe Little Mac, like, that made me, like, as an old school player, I was like, all right, so he'll be one of my characters on my list. Just because he got the wireframe. I was like, Oh, they took it back to the arcade. These people
Dude.
don't understand.
I was
like,
watching Game Explain today, and they got some more footage that's been released for the game, and they were showing Little Mac in the wireframe, and they went into a 3D view from Little Mac from the back. He was fighting Koopa, and it looked just like
yeah, it looks like an arcade. Yeah, now, that's the point.
Right, now check this out. The first thing I thought was Nintendo think they slick. They tried to show you
the new Punch Out for the Wii U. Yeah, I know.
Did you see it? Did
Nintendo,
you catch it?
Yeah, no, Nintendo always does that though, and people, I don't understand how people miss these things. Like they just want to see the reactions of how they can, what's next to do. That's why, like, I peep this, right? I'm gonna say this again for the second time. Sonic Worlds, Lost Worlds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the engine. It's when you really think about it, it's very similar to Mario Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've shown you two games, a Mario and a Sonic game, that run seamlessly on a similar engine. Okay, say no more. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
so get ready. Just get ready. This is what Nintendo does. That's why I'm like, Nintendo doesn't need no third party. Oh, Nintendo. No, they don't. Nintendo stopped needing third parties since the 64. Like, when will people get this straight in their head? Like, it'd be nice, but the third party needs a reality check. Nintendo doesn't need you. They want you because Nintendo has always been a part of the greater gaming community as a whole in the industry, and they want to work with these people, get new ideas out, create technologies to allow them a platform for them to express their game design. But if they want to act up like it's nothing, man, like that means nothing. Nintendo just like, it's whatever. Like, come on, man. Like, Nintendo has done more with Mega Man and Smash Brothers than Capcom has done with Mega Man in 10 years, and that's a shame.
You just stole my next point. You just took my next point out of my mouth. I was on the like I said, I was on the podcast, the Active Gamers podcast, and we was talking about how Nintendo has made Mega Man, Sonic look better than, Mega Man and Sonic look better than they're actually owners. Mega Man has never looked this good. Mega Man has never popped off the screen like this.
Mega Man actually looks like a Nintendo character. Nintendo is so godlike, they have their own artistic theme. When you look at it like, oh, this is a Nintendo theme. That's how ridiculous they are. They have their own theme. Now all they have to do is make Pac-Man and we in there. Now we got the big boys. We got Sonic, Mario, Pac-Man, and Mega Man. We in there. Oh man, this game is gonna be ridiculous.
Right. Now, staying with the Smash, that exclusive feature for 3DS was Smash Run, where you pretty much you got four different individuals running through pretty much a beat 'em up like stage, collecting items to use in the to collect these items, and then once for 5 minutes, I think you're in there, you're trying to collect all these items, you're facing off against different enemies from different video games, Nintendo IPs, and then once that time is up, you come together and you fight, and depending on how many items you have collected, can determine the outcome of who wins and who gets the victory. So, what you think about that?
That's a nice, innovative way of expanding on the multiplayer mode rather than that's called innovation. That whether you want to look at it as a novelty, a gimmick, whatever you want, it's something different from the standard free-for-all or teams. They added something even better. Then they justified a reason for them to make better worlds and then some of the characters that they didn't put in the game for you to actually fight and play now you can at least get to fight against, even if it's just an NPC. You get to see some of your old Nintendo characters brought back to life to play all against at the very least. And who knows, you have to keep in mind, there is literally a 6 months difference between the games. But the Nintendo 3DS version could be used as like a pilot, a testing
Wow, I didn't think of that.
for the final version, which will be the remastered version on the Wii U. And DLCs, people. I think Nintendo needs a little bit more time on Smash. That's me.
Somebody else said that you're not the only one that's thinking that. I think somebody else said they letting the 3DS version out now because
they need more time.
They need more time to perfect the Wii U version.
The Wii U version, and that's why when people are like, what do you think about the 3DS coming out? If this is their way of whetting our appetite with the snacks on the 3DS, and then we get the full course meal on the Wii U, by all means, take all the time you need. No need to rush this. Like, this is how a lot of great franchises get killed, because they're being rushed, forced out by some corporate guy who says you got to meet the deadline. You ain't got to meet nothing. There's no need, and no one's dying tomorrow. Like, stop. I'm like, that's greed right there, and that's why these things fail. Nintendo is not based on greed. They put it out when it's done, and you're gonna wait. You will wait,
right?
And that's why people call Nintendo arrogant, because they know you're gonna wait. But that's not arrogant. That's just discipline.
Mm. Okay, now they got 2 modes on the game. One called for fun, and one called for glory. Now, the for fun is where, people who like to use items and are not as serious about
Sakurai trying to balance both arms.
Right. So what do you think of, like, and I got one more question.
That's where I'll be.
So what do you think about that? John, you can jump in here anywhere you
No,
want.
I'm saying that's the mode I'll be on.
For fun? Yeah, I'll probably be on for fun too. But I plan on diving a little bit deeper into Smash Bros. I kind of always stayed on the outer skirts. I really didn't give it, like, if it was Street Fighters or Tekken, I put a lot of time into learning, the different moves. But with Smash, I was kind of just smashing buttons. I really didn't put forth the effort to master the game. But once I started to see how deep the game could go, and I was, playing against people and watching people like, man, I didn't know you could do all that. It kind of intrigued me to really apply myself to mastering the game, not just playing the game. So I plan on starting in for fun, but I hope I can transition over to for glory and see if I can hold my own against some of the best, Nintendo got the competitors Nintendo got to offer. But go ahead, try. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I think that was godlike that he made that. Like, there's literally nothing else you can say, for fun or for glory. What more can you say?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, that was just ridiculous.
So my last question with this is straight at you, TriForce. You are a competitor. Well, you were, but you're managing now. And you attend Evo a lot. And, here, I think the last 2 Evos, Smash has been a part.
No, just Evo last year and this year.
Right.
Smash Brawl was at 2008.
Okay.
Was it? Yeah, it was 2008.
I asked this question in another podcast, but I want to get your thoughts. How do you see this Smash impacting Evo? With all that is being done with this game.
I think. How can I say this? I think the new I think the news of this Smash Brothers is gonna make Evo even more hyped than what it is. We may see the first 1,000-man Smash Brothers tournament since the Brawl Nationals in 2008. Because when Brawl dropped, Nintendo had a 1,000-man tournament. It was like there were qualifiers with pools of 256 each, and it was 4 cities, and then everyone tried to rush New York City for the finals, which I got what did I get? I got like top 6, was it top 8 or top 16? I don't know. It was one of the two. I lost to a teammate, Dyer, and it was single And Dyer ended up getting second place. He lost to Korean DJ in the finals, and he won a crystallized Wii. But anyway, back to the question. I think them dropping this news now, plus more news to come, especially after E3, is just gonna make Smash go crazy come Evo, in my honest opinion. So it's and once we see those numbers, best believe it's going to take Smash to a whole new level, especially on the competitive element. Competitive element can't even be questioned. The only fighting game I'll be able to compete against it is Street Fighter.
When's the 3DS one coming out?
Summer.
Summer. It comes out.
You think they'll have a little station at Evo?
If they're gonna have a what?
A little station at Evo like they had, what they what was it, the year before last? They had that PlayStation All Stars there.
Maybe.
Okay.
I really don't know, but it is possible. Okay. So they could have something like that.
Okay, that sounds cool. So it seems like right now. Now this was crazy. How Mario Kart 8 was trending on Mario Kart 8 was trending on Twitter, and the Source magazine and a few other spots was covering this game, and it was just crazy. The amount of noise, and amount of dust Nintendo kicked up in a few weeks. It's pretty cool. So let's transition, cause this is something that happened this month that I haven't gotten the opportunity to talk about, and it might be old to some who are listening, but it's fresh to me because I haven't gotten the opportunity to talk about it. All right, so April Fool's was this month, and some high-strung characters with the Frostbite engine over at EA had shot some jabs at Nintendo on April the Fool's. I want to read it off to you guys and see what y'all think about this. It says, the first one was, it says, Frostbite now runs on the Wii U since it's the most powerful Gen 4 platform. Our renderers is now optimized for Mario and Zelda. And that was the first jab. But then it says, Frostbite will power Half-Life 3 coming out summer 2014 exclusive to the Wii U. And it had a few other ones. And then it came back, and I think it's Peter Moore, is that his name, who was over EA. He apologized for the tweets that were sent out by some anonymous person at EA with the Frostbite engine, and said that Nintendo is a good partner of theirs. So, John, since you was quiet through the last topic, let me let you jump in here, and then we get and I jump in and share my thoughts. 'Cause I got a lot to say on this. I really find this funny. So what do you think about that?
I think they're immature, and also not only that they're immature, I think it shows that the lack of respect that they have for gamers in general, because they think that you would accept that type of action, because they think it's okay. Because basically that's how we act anyway. I ain't gonna say we, but how the majority of gaming people, the gaming public, act anyway. So they thought, okay, let's do this. This will be fun, you know what I'm saying? But it's just they're lacking immaturity. And why I say they're lacking maturity is because you have a game that you're bragging about that's not running on the Wii U, but it's just not really running. Period. You've had to make several fixes and updates and patches to fix the game that's still broken. Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4? Okay.
Yeah, it's Battlefield 4. It's been broken. It's been broken since it came out.
Right.
And it's like, and now you sitting here joking that, it doesn't run well. It doesn't run, period. How are you gonna sit there and joke around about something, and you got people that bought your game, and they're still having problems with your game?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it's a big smack in the face to gamers, and it's just disrespectful. And it's disrespectful for them as a company to even go through with all that stuff. Especially, I've always had this distaste for EA, because I think they're the ones that kind of started all the bullshit when it comes to Nintendo. Because first they was all up in hoops and raw. Because I was at that E3, when they had the on stage, they was like, yeah, we're gonna bring all these games to the Wii U, and we're this and we're that, and then all of a sudden they just jump ship for no reason. It's like, you're not gonna tell me because it was underpowered. You knew what the power was when you went up there and said, oh yeah, we're gonna bring games to the Wii U, because you were making games for the Wii U already. You knew what it was.
Right.
And so I don't know. I just think it's just disrespectful. I think I don't know. I don't respect stuff like that. That wasn't even funny to me. I was just like, wow. Because here you are joking about your Frostbite engine, but your Frostbite engine don't even work on the current gens. I mean, on the other systems. It's been broken.
That's an angle I didn't even look at it. You throwing more wood that I didn't even look at. I didn't notice that. I didn't even think about the fact that.
Because I'm a Battlefield gamer, so I already know. Because I'm sitting like, no, how are you gonna do this? Your game's broke. You know, you've been having to patch and fix things for ever since it came out. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been right since. And then when you patch something else breaks.
Right.
You know, and it's like it's to me it's just disrespectful, because I paid them $60. Now here you are running your mouth about some stuff that you shouldn't even be running your mouth about.
Okay. Try. What was your thoughts? I don't know if you knew anything about this or not, but I know you've been doing a lot over in overseas, so that you might have missed this. But what you think?
Well, I want to act like The Rock for a second. First of all, before I even go in on this, I'm not going to sit here and blame EA for what happened, because from a business standpoint, there is no way EA is going to say something like EA, the company, is going to say anything as for make that crude joke about Nintendo when they're partners, and from a business standpoint, they have to work with Nintendo in the future. So this was a person in EA misrepresenting EA. So I'm going to direct this statement to whoever this anonymous person is, this fanboy. You run your mouth like you know anything about games. Nintendo is the reason why you even have a job in EA. And that's real talk. And for that person to even be in the industry, period, is because of Nintendo. But they run their mouth about, like what John just said, about the power of the Wii U are able to run their game. Your system itself can't even run the game. So that's like, get your stuff together first before you even try to diss Nintendo. So for that type of stuff to even be said, he needs to do two things. And if he can do these two things for EA, there will be no problems with Nintendo, and he'll have no problems with his job. And that is simply, know your role and shut your mouth. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Following that, well, when I first see what happened, how I got it, I didn't even really get it. It was sent to me by my boy K-Bum. He kind of, I know K-Bum personally, so he sent me a text, and he was like, man, now K-Bum is a Sony, fan. That's his system of choice, but he even found this, a little egregious, a little below the belt. So he sent it to me. It's like, man, check this out. Check out what these people over here at Frostbite with the Frostbite engine that EA is saying, joking Nintendo. So I read it, and I sat back, and the first thing that popped in my head was the many conversations me and you had, about how the industry and a lot of these developers have an agenda, and that they are, like you just said, fanboys. It's not these people who are making these decisions and saying they're not bringing their games to the Wii U and all this. It's not because of a performance problem. It's because they want particular systems and particular companies to be more successful. So I sat back and I was like, why would you as a company, choose to target a system that you have released nothing on. You know, that was the first thought in my head. Why would you, to target Nintendo, you showing your hand a little bit. You showing that there's more to it than the joke.
No, there is more to it than the joke. They made the proof that there is an industry bias against Nintendo. That's all they did. All they did was reveal how true it was. They didn't say, you know how people go, no, it's not that. No, yes, it is that. And how do we know? You just showed your hand. You just showed us that's exactly what it is, which is fine. You know, it's fine. It's not like it was a secret.
No, it ain't no secret. It was just funny to me. Like, wow, you know, they really showed their hand with this one. It's like, wow. I mean, I would have thought. And then with Peter Moore, my only issue is
the people that who don't really mean it is now associated with it.
Right.
So it's unfortunate, but that's what it is.
I mean, it didn't bother me. It was just more or less. I found it funny because nobody found it funny. That was the crazy thing about it. It showed that they literally, like we keep saying, they're trying to make money off of these wars, and they're using these wars to line their pockets. This joke. In normal circumstances would have got, you know, the Sony and the Xbox people, oh, there you go. Oh, look, there's more evidence. It's funny. But none of them found it funny. It was kind of it was really a lame attempt to dog who's been getting dogged. So, and then when Peter Moore came out, the only thing I found funny about that when he said, you know, our partners in Nintendo, and my first thought was, well, if you're a partner with Nintendo, why haven't you released anything on the system? But that was my only thoughts on that. But that's my fanboy coming out, you know what I'm saying? So, but I was just curious because I never got an opportunity to share my thoughts on that situation. I know April the 1st was about 2 weeks ago, at least a week and a half ago. So, but that's my thoughts on it. I thought that was a little silly. I think this should show people that they're playing you. They're playing you for, like you was talking before we recorded, they're playing you off of your emotions. They're trying to get you to react a certain way. If they can get you to react negatively against, and that generates interest in, you know, supporting your system and whatever game they're giving you by targeting this system and clowning it, it makes you feel more, you know, important and privileged.
Yeah, and accepted into the group of other people. Yeah,
right.
Like I said, I know how that feel. I definitely know how that feeling is. Trust me, I know 100% how that feeling is.
So, I found that funny. But let's move on. You got something else you want to add to that?
No, I think your next question will allow me to add more to that.
Okay. Now, when I asked this question, I'm not asking this question. It was something you said before we started recording, that really stuck home, hit home with me. I want you to repeat it when I asked this question. I think you remember what I'm talking about, right? When you was talking about how you don't like having these conversations because you automatically, before you even say your thoughts, you're already on a biased point of view.
Yeah.
I want you to kind of restate that, but I'm gonna ask the question, then you take over, then John, you jump in, and then I jump in behind you guys. Jack Trenton leaves Sony and the PlayStation 4. What does this mean? That's the question. This is something that just happened. I remember the conversation we had in the last podcast. We was together. We was talking about Sony and their woes, and is it a cause for concern? And then, lo and behold, after that podcast, a whole bunch of other things took place at Sony. Now, to be straight, we all know that Sony is downsizing. This is not unknown. They said they were going to do this. We know they're trying to shed, you know what I'm saying, some weight and get rid of some things that is causing them to hemorrhage funds. So it's not like what's going on is not to be expected, but the magnitude and the individual that are leaving were not expected to leave. So with that being said, give your thoughts and also share what you shared with us before we start recording. TriForce.
All right. Well, like I said before, this is the primary reason why I just got over this whole system war garbage. It is the stupidest thing ever. You can't win. There's nothing to win. It's just it's folly. When you have a preference, right? And a preference does mean you're biased, because I guess it's a nicer way of saying it. When you have a preference, my preferred gaming brand is Nintendo. That doesn't mean I don't play stuff on Sony. That doesn't mean I don't play stuff on Microsoft or anything that was on the Sega system or TurboGrafx or whatever system there was out there. It simply means that if I had a choice to only pick one, I'd pick Nintendo. But since I have a choice to pick as many as I want, I'll pick them all. That's just my preferred choice is Nintendo. But even with that, I will always be biased. And when things like this happen in the industry, like people get laid off and stuff like this, this news shouldn't even be news, because it does nothing for the public. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Not one thing does it do for the industry. Well, actually, the let's not say the industry, the community. That's because that's what it is. The only people that should know this information is the industry, because those are the only people it really affects. The community, they don't need to know this. They're gonna, first of all, when they find out about this information, they're only getting a small percentage of the information. They do not know the who, what, when, where, why. It doesn't matter what's reported. Because if you're not the person it's happening to, and you're not the company that's doing this or releasing this information, you will never know the context behind the content you are talking about. So it will always be biased. It will always be flawed information that can be manipulated and pushed out there, so people can get into these stupid arguments and so forth. Like, as a Nintendo fan, most Nintendo fan or Microsoft fan, they hear this news. Sony's dying. Like, that's the first thing they think. The first thing that they think. And that's bias already. And it's a stupid little system war that doesn't mean anything. No one is getting paid here. No Super Bowl championships are being won. Nothing. People lose their jobs all the time. Remember when Howard Lincoln left Nintendo? Everyone thought the end of the world was happening. Nintendo was closing down. No. Howard Lincoln just left Nintendo. That's it. That's all that happened. And guess what? He ended up going to Microsoft. And these things happen. Remember when what happened when Microsoft's got the former CEO of Xbox made that comment about deal with it, and then Microsoft Murdoch and
Maddox, something like that.
Maddox, right? And then they got rid of, Microsoft's dead, the Xbox is gonna die, blah blah blah. No, it's still here. So the very same thing is being said right now. Whoever this guy is that's being released, whatever his name is, they're just releasing him. Whatever is it, the reason why has nothing to do with what's going to happen. If this is an indication of the fall of Sony, wait until it happens first, then comment. Why comment on speculation? This little stupid, cliquish nonsense, like, people do this because they want to act like they have more knowledge than everyone. The inside scoop. I know a lot of things about Nintendo. I have a lot of inside scoop about Nintendo. I do not go around flossing it or trying to make people feel like they're inferior. Oh, I'm the best Nintendo fan there is because I get inside track. Like, there are people get more inside track than I do. Like, come on, so what? It's like, it's not that important. Buy the games you like. Play them and enjoy them. Stop this stupid system war stuff. It's stupid. When you get to my age, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, I can't believe I was that much of a dweeb. Not even a nerd. Nerds don't argue over this. Just idiots. Those are the only people that argue over this type of stuff. You do not work for Sony. You do not work for Microsoft. You do not work for Nintendo. You are not even a journalist. Behave yourself. It's just, like, if you're a journalist, okay, fine, because your job is to inquire into that type of information and put it out there for people to read. Read it, and that is it. I'm not going to sit here and tell people don't give you constructive criticism, but to be very honest with you, there's nothing constructive about anyone's criticism who's reading this. The only criticism that means anything is the journalist reporting it, because they're the person who have more information than you, the reader. And trust me, even that's manipulated, because the journalist is human. And the journalist is going to put their own biasness into what they're reporting. So if they want to report something like that, they'll report something and try to manipulate it and give suggestive themes and implied blah, blah, blah to try to get you to be on their side. Real journalists write impartial, objective stories. They just give you the information. They don't give their opinion in it, no nothing. But let's be realistic here. When was the last time we see a real journalist like that in the video game industry?
Right. The name of that CEO that left Microsoft was Don Matrick. That's his name. I couldn't remember it at the time. John, what's your thoughts?
I think we.
I was muted. I was muted. My fault.
Oh, okay.
What was the question was like?
We
about
talking about Jack's Trenton leaving Sony.
Oh, from what I heard, I forgot where I heard it from. I'm trying to remember. Basically his contract was up, and he was up for it. They was trying to renegotiate it, but I guess they didn't come to agreements on the terms of what the contract was going to be. So he just decided not to.
Who, the guy from Sony?
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? What I'm talking about? But guess what? There are fans out there that's sitting there, Sony's gonna die. And the guy.
I was one of them, because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, he's leaving. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was one of them.
This is my prime example. Then you ever see that Homer Simpson thing? Where like Homer Simpson's standing next to his lawn with the big fence with the leaves on it, and he has like a logo on his shirt, and he's cheering, and then the team loses, so he backs up into the I forgot what you call this thing, the leaves, and then he comes back out with the winning team shirt. That's literally how the video game industry is, because like they're only on the winning team. Like, they're such hypocrites. Like, these guys, it's like, oh my goodness. This reminds me of the fighting game community, man. It's like, oh, these guys are two-faced hypocrites. Like, it's just, that's why I can't even get involved in this crap no more, man. Like, it's disgusting. There's no real constructive anything. Like, can the games speak for themselves? Like, I wish people would, I would just wish people went back to the old school System Wars, where it wasn't, they called it System Wars because they were arguing about which game was better, but it wasn't really the systems. It was just which game was better. You see what I'm saying? I wish that's what it went back to, because then that's when you, like, back in those days, that's my time, when that's like when Jesus was walking the earth. You know, when you played a game and someone said, oh, this game was kind of like on the Genesis, and like, nah, it's not better than what I played on the Super Nintendo. You don't argue and diss each other's system. You know what you do? You swap games. That's why the Super Nintendo and Genesis era was the most godlike era. There was only two systems, and I would get Phantasy Star on the Genesis, and I copped Final Fantasy, and then I'd be like, well, I think, Final Fantasy is better than Phantasy Star. What are you talking about? And then, because we didn't have YouTube or anything, I'm like, yo, I was fighting this guy, and he had this power, and you can get this, and you can get that vehicle, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, we get an airship, and, oh, word, you get all that? I'll trade you my Super Nintendo and for my Genesis, we bought for a week, and I'm going to play. I want to see what you got on the other side. And we mixed and matched. And this is how we got to play so many different games and had a more robust time enjoying ourselves playing the video games. Now, you know what you have? YouTube videos where people get assets online, like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I saw a picture of Titanfall, for Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC. And the graphical difference. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, the Xbox One looks nice. The Xbox 360 obviously does not have the power to run it. You know why it doesn't look as good. What does that have to do with the gameplay? The game plays the exact same way on all three systems. So who cares?
Actually, you lead me into. I was going to go to. I want you to keep that thought because I feel like this question ties into what we was talking about before with the whole who not knowing really what's going on behind the scenes. How John just broke down how it really came down to a disagreement in pay, not because of anything that was going on with Sony. I'm gonna jump to our sixth topic and then I'll come back to 4. Is gaming losing its soul?
It lost its soul eons ago. What are you talking about?
Okay, explain. Like, explain.
Once this garbage got into system wars and created that and created a discrimination and a segregation. There we go. Let's use that word instead. Once it created that segregation, that divide, no one wants to try anyone else's games out anymore. If you're not playing their system, your game sucks. It's like racism, just for video games. Sucks.
Right.
So there's no soul in it no more. No one's playing video. No one let me not say no one. People today, the majority, do not buy video games because they're buying a video game to play video games. They buy it because it's the thing to do. And when you buy it and you get on a particular side, and then you automatically trash the other side because you have this and you want everyone to be on your side. That's what people are buying games for. It's so stupid. Like TriForce, yo man, you know any games out for the Wii U? Nah, last game I have is X, Y, and Z, Monster Hunter and stuff like that. I'm waiting for Mario Kart 8. Man, yo man, the Wii U is garbage. Be throw that shit in the garbage and go get it like a PlayStation 4. Why would I want to do that? Because there's no games on it. Yeah, there's no games on it now. But like when Smash and Zelda come out, I'm like, I don't want to go have to buy a Wii U all over again. That doesn't make any sense. I'll just get a PS4 and play whatever good games I like on that. And then when the games that I'm expecting to come out on the Wii U come out, I'll just turn on my Wii U again. Like, common sense stuff like that. Like, people don't have that no more. They're just idiots. Yo, my Wii U is garbage. I'm just going to go to GameStop, trade it in. GameStop's going to rip me off, give me $4 for it, and then put that to my PS4, get that. And then every system goes into a slump. And best believe this is how GameStop kills. Oh my god, they make a killing off of this. They love this nonsense. They like, oh, look at these morons. Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll take in your system most definitely. Sure. We can give you this store credit and you can buy this system. And they make a killing off of it. Only then later on Nintendo drops the next system, and then GameStop goes, oh, the Nintendo Wii U is coming out with the next Zelda. You gotta come, and then you come back to the store. Oh man, yo, why Nintendo took so long to make the game? Yeah, man. But hey, listen, we got a bundle pack that we're selling now with the stuff, and you know whatever, you can trade back your PS4 that we sold to you when you traded your Wii U. I be laughing because I used to work at GameStop, so it's funny to me. I just fight because like they're just sheep. They're so. Like, and this is me calling my fellow gamers complete idiots because you just are idiots. It's funny. I can't even get mad at the businessmen because they're not doing it to you. You're doing it to yourself. So you have to laugh. It's just funny. I can't knock them for being businessmen. Like, you idiots keep falling for this same trash. And it's funny. It's so silly. I just find it hilarious. Like, when they be coming back in and they be trying to retrade back the stuff that they traded the first time, I just be like, you know, had you kept your system, you would have just saved the money. Thank you for making, you know, GameStop the money that they make.
When I think about this question, and when it popped in my head, I knew where I wanted to go with it. Is gaming losing its soul? I remember a time when, and I was telling you guys this before we started recording, I didn't even care about the name of the developer making the game. I didn't know who Sakurai was. I didn't know who Iwata was. I knew who Miyamoto was because, you know, if you follow any type of game, you're going to know some of these people. But some of these developers and some of these people behind the scene, I didn't know who these guys was until I really started trying to follow this stuff the way the current gamer does. At one time, I just bought what I liked. I played it. I enjoyed it. If it was Street Fighter from Capcom, if it was Mario from Nintendo, if it was whatever from Sony, whatever from Microsoft, I bought it. I liked it. Like when Gears of War came out, I didn't care about the name of the people who made it. All I cared about was, is the game good? When I bought God of War, I didn't care who made it. I didn't care about the name of the developer.
Exactly.
All I cared about was the game good? Now, I'm getting caught up in all these who made it, who
cares,
and who's that, and I found myself towards the end of last year. I really started to look at myself and look at where I was with gaming and how frustrated I was and how I was getting frustrated with Nintendo and how just being on YouTube for that short time had made me grumpy. As a gamer, when before, I didn't care. Because I had the PlayStation 3. I had the Xbox 360. And I had the Wii. Even though the Wii was my preference, I had so many games it didn't matter if nothing was going on the Wii. Or it didn't matter if nothing was going on the PlayStation 3.
You were always busy.
I was always playing something. Now, it's like, I'm so caught up on the who's and the what's and the this and the that it was like, man, I had to take a back. I had to fall back and like, man, I got to get back to, I wasn't even gaming. And it reminded me of what Tony Rendy said. He made a video where he was talking about how it had got to a point he wasn't even gaming anymore. He was just getting stats and getting information about this and that to argue. And it turned away from gaming.
And then he looks back at it and he's like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
what am I doing?
And I had to agree with him. I felt like, you know, this is just silly. I'm too old for this. I'm too mature for this. I'm too old for it. And it really showed his face because the only company that could actually upset me or that could disappoint me, that's a better way to say it. I always say this, the only company that can disappoint me as a gamer is Nintendo because that is my preference. But
how can you be disappointed in a system that it doesn't matter to you whether it's there or not?
Right.
That's why I can't get mad. Like what TriForce? Yo, you heard what Microsoft did? No. Yo, it just blah 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 blah. Yo, see they're stupid and they're blah blah. So like what that got to do with me? Like I don't care. Like it doesn't change anything. If they stop making Xboxes, they stop making Xboxes. That's not going to change. As long as nothing happens to Nintendo, I don't care. And if everyone looked at it realistically like that, because that's really what it is, as long as nothing happens to your system, we can all share in the bliss of enjoying our video games together, and there will be no more war. Right. But that's not what we want, because as human beings, we love war. This is our actual nature, and it is actually pathetic. We like the conflict. We love the strife and the suffering and putting other people down. Not all of us, but generally as a species, this is our nature, and it's disgusting that we are actually like this.
I'm gonna let John get in here. What you got to add to this, John?
I pretty much agree with everything that y'all saying, you know. But like I said, like it's been like that for a long time. Because I first got into the game industry part of it. It's like I had a whole different viewpoint of it. Then it's like, come on, we're gonna go talk to so and so from. I was like, I don't care about what they're talking about. I was like, are they gonna play? Can I play the game? That's all I want to care. That's all I cared about. Can I play the game? No, he's gonna talk to us about it. I was like, I don't care about talk. Like he can sit there and talk all day about the game. If I can't play it, then I don't want to I don't want to sit there and schedule this meeting.
Right.
There you go. Exactly. Why would I want to see you talk to the developer about what? What he's going to explain that his game can't express? That's why he made the game.
Yeah,
to express his thoughts. What I want to hear coming in with, I'm like, yo,
Hello? Hello?
TriForce? I guess
Yeah.
he. Oh, okay.
No, I heard him. He just said hello
Oh, okay. I thought you had
You
cut
were
out.
talking and it cut out.
twice.
Oh.
Go ahead. What was you
I
saying?
did.
Yeah, you cut out.
Yeah, I would just say, like, I wouldn't want to hear what the developer has to say. There's nothing he has to say. Okay, when there's this Destructoid did a YouTube video on me, right? Of me actually playing Nintendo Land when it first came out. This was at the where was this? Nintendo came to New York City for the it was like I forgot the name of the event that they called it, but like it's like a private press conference that Nintendo was having with like all the different games that they were releasing out at that time, and everyone was like, "TriForce, what do you think about the Nintendo Wii U?" And you see me playing the game, right? And you see me having fun. And the reporter wrote, because I didn't really talk too much about it, I was just laughing and enjoying myself. And he's like, TriForce looks like he's genuinely having fun. And I'm like, that is the point. Why are you bothering me while I'm playing the game? Like, shut up. I'm playing. And you don't want to be rude, but like, don't ask me these questions because these are false questions and fillers used to try to inundate people. And I'm not trying to inundate anyone. If you can't tell I'm having fun playing the video game, then it ain't for you. That's just real rap. There's this I want to show you this video, right? These kids. It shows you, if you see it, you be like, oh, you'll get mad because you're gonna be like, oh man, I wish video games was like that. And video games are like that. It's still the same way. It's just that we grew up and we forgot to play video games like that. And it's just a bunch of kids playing Scott Pilgrim, the Scott Pilgrim game, and they're kids. They don't know what they're doing. They're just laughing and mashing buttons and giggling in the background and having a whole bunch of fun. Whatever happened to those days? It's crazy. Those days don't even exist anymore. Everyone wants to bash each other's face in. Everyone wants to play Call of Duty and just kill each other. No one wants to play and have fun. And that's why it's like going back to the Smash Brothers thing. That's why I say Sakurai is doing an excellent job because he has a tough task of fulfilling the needs of this new generation, which in my opinion, I'm going to reserve my opinion about the new generation, but fulfilling the needs of this new generation and at the same time still being able to provide for the old generation the standard of what this is all about, having fun. Me personally, in Smash Brothers, I do not want to have to sit there and think about the meta game, getting someone playing footsies with someone, getting them to whiff and then have to hit them, hope that they DI wrong and then launch them and then spike them on the floor. That's too much work for me. I'm an old man. I don't even like this competitive stuff anymore. I want all of us is playing, guys just rushing me. I'm in the middle. I guess just World Blade and bash all of them, and then I see the Smash Ball coming. All four of us trying to rush for that stupid Smash Ball. Everyone's hitting me. Yo, why are you jumping me? Just stop jumping me. And we're all laughing, and one person gets the Smash Ball and then kill everyone, and everyone starts running, and that's the game. And opening up items, you don't know what's in the Pokeball, and then you don't know what's in the what's the name of this thing, the secret item or that's coming out, and then Ridley jumps on and smacks everyone. You're talking trash. Hold that, and everyone's laughing because no one's taking it serious. That's video games.
I agree.
Yep.
You had something to say, John?
No, it's like, yeah, it's just like, that's basically what it's saying. It's like, nobody's playing for fun anymore. It's got to be, I even, like, matter of fact, I'm a first-person shooter fan. And today was the day that I said this earlier today when I was saying that because I went back to play Call of Duty on PS4. I lost it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got it no more. And the reason why I said I don't got it no more is because the way I used to play, I've slowly but surely over the years have transitioned out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like, see, now it's like high-paced checkers. You know what I'm saying? Where back in the day when I was playing Rainbow and stuff, I used to play chess. You know what I'm saying? I was never an accurate dude when it came to shooting. When it came to, the shooting dudes, you know what I'm saying? I was never that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always able to outsmart you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I played. But as the years gone by, I found myself not playing like that. And I found myself not playing like that because other people don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to the point where I was playing Call of Duty today. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is happening to me? Because I was getting just dogged everywhere. Like, this is not me. And I'm just getting shot up everywhere. I'm like, what is happening? And I realized, like, I'm not the same person anymore.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's
the word is called you've been desensitized. You've been jaded.
Yeah, so I just feel like, wow, I lost it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, you know, it can happen. You know, you stay in it long enough, after a while you ain't playing for the same reason you used to play. And that's why, like I said, I had to fall back off YouTube. It ain't that I don't like doing YouTube videos, but when there is nothing to talk about, I don't see the point of making a video. If there ain't some game I can focus on or some new announcement I can focus on, if it's always going to be about drama, if it's always going to be about this, that, I refuse. I just wait for a podcast where we can jump on and talk together. I don't feel like wasting my time, dedicating my time to the day in and out of drama of gaming. There ain't no game to talk about. Like when Infamous came out, Infamous was the talk for a second. Then it just died. Nobody talked. And then it went back to the same. And then even in that, you had people trying to compare Infamous to Titanfall and who was the best developers. It's like,
the best developers. What is this? A basketball? Someone coming off the bench? Who's the best six man? What is this?
It gets silly, and that leads into my next question. It's this whole argument of what is or isn't next gen old and overblown. I'll let John, you start.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna say what they argue about is old and tired and need to stop. But to argue with the men about what's next gen, I think needs to come on. But I think the real argument needs to start because it hasn't started yet. Okay. I think people like back in the day, it wasn't too much you can do other than improve the graphics and some of the gameplay. You know, there's only so much you could do. You know what I'm saying? But now we have these new systems with the new technology and with the new technology, more power and all this stuff. And it seems like all they do is just improve the graphics.
Right.
And it's like, I still to this day believe that the Wii is still more the original Wii. I'm not even gonna get into the Wii U. The original Wii is still more next gen to me than 90% of these systems.
It is.
And it's like,
the only reason why the Wii U isn't next gen yet, and notice what I said because I'm going to get into that, like why isn't the Wii U next gen yet, is because Nintendo has not made a game to push the purpose of the Wii U, which is connectivity. That is the difference between the Wii U and the Wii. The Wii's next gen purpose was the motion censored gaming. That was the entire purpose of the Wii. The Wii U's is the connectivity. This is why I call it the Super Nintendo of this era. That's exact, and we're gonna see what that connectivity is sooner or later. And when it comes out, then the Wii U will have evolved into an official next gen. But ain't nothing next gen now. Xbox One is not next gen, PS4 is not next gen, and currently the Wii U is not next gen. You know, we all played these systems in the last generation. So what next gen? I keep telling people we are ahead of our time. We are in generation 6. I don't know how we get to 8 so fast. Well, we skipped one? When did we skip one? I'm lost here. Like, right. This is nonsense.
Go back to that Titanfall. You was talking about Titanfall and how it was one on the Xbox 360, one on the Xbox One and the PC, and how people was talking about how it was better on this and that, and you was saying it was all the same because it's the same gameplay. Go back there real quick. That
embellishes on the entire point of what I'm talking about. Like there is no we're not playing anything new. We're playing last generation better graphics. That's it.
Right.
What are we playing what are we playing that's next gen? What are we playing that's revolutionary? The only thing that's revolutionary is the connectivity. That is it. That's why Nintendo is the only real next gen system. The issue is with Nintendo right now is that Nintendo has not made that point. They have not pushed the envelope on it. That's it. But outside of that, the PS4 is not next gen and never will be because it's just a more powerful version of the PS3. The Xbox One is not next gen because it's just a more powerful version of the Xbox 360. And right now, the Wii U is not next gen because it's just the regular Wii. The one thing that makes it next gen is that game pad. And until Nintendo steps it up in that, then we'll finally get a next gen system. Finally.
And right now, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead. Now, nothing.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of, go ahead.
No, I'm done. No, go.
It kind of goes to what John was saying with the Wii, and he ain't the only one that says is doing my many interactions with different individuals in this community, YouTube community. They always like to refer back to the Wii and how Nintendo approached the Wiimotes and how the Wiimote literally changed the way you played to where even though the graphical aspects wasn't nothing to lose your head over, the way you manipulated what was on the screen was. And like you're saying, TriForce, the only thing that is to me, I always felt like the Wii U was, to me, the actual true next gen offering because of what it offered with the game pad. To me, I think the PlayStation 4 is a good system, but it's not offering me anything that the PlayStation 3 didn't offer me. Only thing is different is the graphics or the color or the resolution is a little bit better. But as far as gameplay and how we play the game, it's still the same. So
exactly. The question is, why are you paying $500 for a graphic resolution upgrade?
Cause we're form fed too. So we're brainwashed too.
Well, see, back to what I was saying. It's like that was the only thing that really changed the way you play. And that's, as far as I'm saying, it changed the way you play. Like you said, changed the way you play, and just brought new ways to play games. And now with that, the other systems had the opportunity to do the same thing, and they did to a certain point. Like, you got the PlayStation, that's what because of the Wii, they made the move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then,
after this segment.
Yeah. Let's ask yourself a question. When was the last move game that you seen?
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why aren't they utilizing this technology? They still haven't utilized technology from the PS3. Now we get to the PS4, and I was excited. The reason I bought the PS4 was one, because of the connectivity with the doing the videos and stuff. It was supposed to be, you're told, like when I was at the E3, they were supposed to be talking some games that were supposed to utilize the move more, but that didn't happen. And also when I finally got the system, the actual playing the movie, like recording the movies and the share feature and all that stuff, it's limited. It's not like the connection that I thought it was going to be. It's limited. Same thing with the Xbox, recording the video and doing that stuff. It's limited to what, so what's like. And also with the Xbox One, we're supposed to be able to, like how I should be able to be on the Xbox One right now and have this snap to the thing while I'm still playing the game. So I should be able to video chat with you right now, like, because that's what they said. I should be able to video chat.
My friend Blood Red found out how to do that. You can do that. Because one time I was on Skype with him, and he was like, man, I'm going to have to log off this thing and blah, blah, blah. And then he did something. He's like, wait a minute. Can I Skype with you and play my video game and then watch something?
You can audio and it'll run in the background, the audio. But you're supposed to be able to snap it and video chat too.
Oh, okay, all right. So
it's supposed to snap it and it was supposed to be able to snap and snap to the side, and it had a little split screen, and you're supposed to be able to video chat as well as play the game. But that's coming out in the future update. And that's that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The update shit. And they're supposed to be doing that. Then you have the Kinect, right? Like, they had. When are we gonna get that first-person shooter that uses the motion with the guns? You know what I'm saying? Like with your hands and stuff. You know, like that. Like what's that? Minority Report type shit.
Well, I think with the Kinect, I think Kinect is cool to an extent. I think I want to try out the whole Xbox on and all that, but I think the actual way that Kinect is painted is not realistic. I I don't believe the technology that they're claiming to be there is there.
No, it's there.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, some companies have done stuff, but
Okay.
the actual Microsoft hasn't done anything.
Okay,
You know what
I
I mean?
got you.
Like Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon utilized the Kinect back on the 360. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? With the gun game and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You take apart the gun, put your different attachments on it and all that stuff.
So it actually registered like, I remember watching them demonstrate it where if you pulled your finger back, it actually registered you was pulling. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and you did all that, and you should change the different components in the gun. It did that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why haven't we here we are in the next generation. Why haven't we expanded upon that? You know what I'm saying? All it is everybody's just upgrading graphics.
See, and now with the same thing I say about the Wii U and that's in the same regards of the Xbox One. These are the things that they're supposed to be expanding on to make the true next gen, but they don't. And everyone is guilty of it. Nintendo, Microsoft, and whatnot. The only reason why I give Nintendo some type of buy it because it's the reverse in terms of, and this is not me being biased. It's just me making out a point. It's the reverse in terms of who did it. Like the whole Connect thing, like that thing, that's there. But guess what? The first party company isn't doing it. It's the third party company that's doing it. And for Nintendo, it's the first party company that's doing it, but it's the third party company that's not expanding on it. I thought we were coming out of the box with Nintendo on the expansion when Zombie U dropped. I was like, they coming out the gate with the connectivity, and then it was just that and Nintendo Land.
Right, I think
what happened? Why you?
I feel like Nintendo. I think Nintendo dropped the ball on that as well because
they coming back with something. Don't worry about it.
I know they are, and we gonna talk when we get done recording this. But I feel like Nintendo should have this. Okay, Hip Hop Gamer was the one who done the infamous versus Titanfall and who was the best developers. I thought it was stupid. I ain't gonna front. I thought it was like a very ignorant. It was ignorant to me. It just made no sense, and I be wanting to tell dude.
You want to know so godlike? I'm gonna put you on to something. How can you determine who's a better developer when you yourself is not a developer?
Okay.
How do you make the distinction?
And then how do you compare two different genres?
Exactly.
Right. That was the first fail. It's two different genres, with two different aims, and they're not striving to do the same thing. And then, like Tri said, you're not a developer, so how would you know who did what? So that was the ignorant part of it, but it was something he said that I had to give him credit for, and I can't front. He came on the podcast and he said it's Nintendo's job to prove their product, to prove what this gamepad offer, and Nintendo hasn't done that. So
no, that's true. That's true.
Okay, can I jump in right there?
Yeah.
I want to jump in right there. And because this is my thing with him, because he always makes those statements, but then he doesn't even know anything. Because me and him had several arguments. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, cause like back in the day, he used to try to argue me that we didn't have online. So what the hell are you talking about? I'm playing Call of Duty on it right now. You know what I'm saying? I played Medal of Honor on it. I played Mario Kart on it. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? I said it has online. You know what I'm saying? It's like
a lot of
I know he be making some off the wall in his own mind statements, but I had to, in the interest of being fair, I had to give him that one. Nintendo does, like TriForce was saying, Nintendo does have to prove the gamepad because the third party isn't going to do it. But I'm pretty sure, and I believe it's Zelda that's going to be the game that demonstrates this gamepad.
Zelda and Metroid is going to get medieval. It's going to get medieval up in here. When Nintendo drops that, it's a wrap. And God, oh my God, wait till when they do Pokemon. Holy, yo. See, I have to watch my mouth because I don't even want to curse, but oh man, people is like, oh, it's everything's going to be great. This is nothing. Like, we over here salivating over Mario Kart. Like, it's about to get serious. Nintendo is about to be on some UFC Brock Lesnar ending streak type jump off. It's about to get serious.
Well, to let John get in here, I want to make this statement. I know it's the case because when Nintendo starts showing all the Pokemon in Smash Bros. On the gamepad, on the GameCube, on the Wii U, Nintendo is, like I said, they slick. Like when they showed the Little Mac fighting Koopa in the 3D, just like Punch Out that's trying to show you we're working on it. When they showed all the Pokemon just lined up and they gave more emphasis to these characters, that's letting me know you're working on a Pokemon game for the Wii U. We just giving you a tease to see how these characters gonna look. But John, you were saying something. What was you finna say?
No, because I was saying because there are companies that are utilizing the gamepad and the matter of fact, it's a company that's on all three systems. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghost. Both utilize the gamepad on and utilize the features on the Wii U. First, now let me ask you a question. Call of Duty, you have the option for your gamepad, you have the option for the regular game controller, and then you have the option for the Wii motion controls, right? Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you a question. Why didn't they do that on the PS4 or the PS3? They have Move. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they use Kinect?
Developers are lazy, B. They just want to churn out the next shoot your mans in them in the face, and that's it, because that's all you want.
And could it also be because of the fan base of those, or the consumers of those different systems haven't really shown interest in these? I
wanted to say that at first, but then at the same time, what was everybody's complaint about the Wii U? I mean, about the Wii. Say, we want to write that, and that's how you got basically how you got the gamepad and the game controller. Right. It's because everybody's talking about, I don't want to use motion controls. I don't want to use motion controls. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I came to that conclusion, but then I was like, no, that can't be it, because they still gave you that option. Right. And they could have did the same thing over on, because I was like, damn, well, on PS3 and PS4, well, I could have used this Move.
Well, you know with the Move, Sony didn't even really, after they made it, Sony really.
Well, no, they did, and then they stopped. Just like they did with 3D.
They really stopped investing in it.
And that's why I said that was that Killzone 4? Is it 4? Whatever, the Killzone is on PS4. Right. That's why I said F that damn game. You know what I'm saying? One, because they disrespected me because they came out with a game that didn't have voice chat in it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have in-game. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And they didn't have voice chat in it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a PS4 game, and you trying to tell me you don't have technology that was back in the PS2 in it? You know what I'm saying? It's like you disrespecting me as a gamer. You know what I'm saying? What is this? The modes was just not that good. Only thing they did improve upon was graphics. I can't knock the graphics because the graphics look freaking insane. But that's all they did. Like when I look at Killzone 2 and Killzone 3, it's like, yo, what are you doing? This was fun. All these game modes, all these different the team aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? Being able to with Killzone 2, you was able to pick the squads and you could communicate with your squad freely. Mm. But then you communicate with your squad through a button, and then it was proximity chat with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Then the Killzone 3.
What you mean by that is if they was in your proximity, then you can hear them, right?
Yeah, you can hear them and you can talk to them without pushing the button.
Okay, that's cool. That's you know what I'm saying?
And then your team, you just hit the button and you talk to your team wherever they were.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. As a shooter fan, just stuff like that I like, and that stuff like that actually helps the gameplay. And then Killzone 3, you had the Move controller. And I stopped playing with the controller, with the regular controller. I started playing with the Move. I was like, yo, this is just hot. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm playing Killzone. I was murdering fools. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is hot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, you come with Killzone 4, you take out all that stuff that was in the previous games. And it's like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be next gen.
Well, I think because it take more effort to.
But why? It shouldn't take more effort because it's more power. Now right, you have more power. You have more power
to perfect it. I mean, that's what I mean. It take with the Move. It ain't just mapping to a button. with the moves, you gotta make sure the actual controller and the motion control works perfect in hand with how you moving and all that. It's more you gotta tweak.
Take what you did with your previous game and improve upon it. Why take it out and just ignore it? It's like, and when I got this game, I was so
got me stumped there. I can't add nothing.
When I got the game, I was like, why is everybody praising this game? This is a hunk of shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, I felt totally disrespected because this is one of the games that I was actually hyped for. I wanted to play. And it was one of the reasons why
it was rushed. Let's be honest. Killzone, I think their only effort and their only target was the graphics because they knew if I can please their eye, that's all I need to do to sell this game to majority of people.
And that brings me to my point. That's all they're doing with these next generation games is just improving the graphics.
Except for Nintendo.
Exactly.
And I say that because they're not rushing their game. You will get it when they have a good reason to put it out. That's why, like, when the next Metroid drops and the next Zelda drops, you already know. You already know what's going to happen. You're going to be like, all right, this game is going to be off the meter because it's not about necessarily like the gameplay, so to speak. It is the gameplay incorporated in what they do, but it's what they have and what they're going to use. And that is what everyone's waiting on. We all know that when the next Zelda game comes out, the character management in terms of the Wii pad is going to be ridiculous. We all know the same thing that's going to happen for Metroid. That's what we're expecting, and we're not going to be disappointed. And that's why when their games come out, it's also good. Plus, Nintendo starves their fan base accordingly. They do it the right way. They give you what you need for now to hold you down until when the time comes. The rest of the industry force feeds garbage to people. They just force feed it. Oh, they just dropped this game in 2 years. Call of Duty Ghost 2 is coming out next. Why? Because if you look at the pattern, this is what they do all the time. Remember Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 2, okay, Ghost 2, and then they just move on to the next one. So it's like, because it's a machine. There are patterns to it. It's just the way to make money, and they gotta churn it out all the time so it makes that money. Like games like that, like, to me, nah, man, a game that keep coming out like that, somebody at $29.99
You ain't got time
games.
to perfect it. You ain't got time to really add nothing. And this is my problem. And I only played 2 entries into a series and I'm done with it. And that's Assassin's Creed. I played 3 and I bought 4 like a dummy. And all they did was in 4 was took the boat or ship mechanics and made 4 all about that. It wasn't nothing new. Actually, a lot of the aspects of 3 that made 3 fight engine good, they took that out and kind of dummied it down for 4. So I'm not liking the yearly releases. That to me, that's really killing gaming. But let me ask y'all this: we talking about what is and what isn't next gen and all that. With the announcement of Morpheus and Oculus Rift, the virtual reality, do you think that will add?
You mean Virtual Boy?
Yeah, I mean, over it. I mean, I know. I mean, right.
You see what I'm talking about? Nintendo doesn't make mistakes; they just jump ahead of time. That's all they do. Because we all know Oculus is Virtual Boy. So anyone who says Oculus is not Virtual Boy don't know what they're talking about.
So do you think with what they have been, since it's coming out with modern technology, do you think it'll add anything, or do you think it's gimmick, or if it's just a?
Yeah. Well,
it's a gimmick.
I'm not gonna front. It's a gimmick. We ain't ready for
this is technically to me. This is what I call a gimmick.
Oculus is gonna fail. It's going to fail because it's going to fail because it's Okay, how are we going to incorporate that into a social fitting?
Can't.
Done. Failed. Project failed.
But see, this is what I think. This is what I see happening. I don't know if y'all. Well, let John say what he think about it first, and then I say what I got to say.
I think they're both gonna fail because one is just it's like I was saying already with the current tech that they have, they still don't utilize it. So now you're bringing out more tech that you're not going to utilize. You're not going to bring more software to. You just keep bringing out more tech. It's like I think I want to say it was you, Level, that said this one time when we was talking about it before on Twitter. It's like, well, all these people, they're trying to get 4K TVs and all these new TVs. Well, what the hell am I going to buy this for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I going to buy this? I just bought this brand new TV. I bought this brand new TV.
Yeah, I remember saying that. I know what you're talking about.
Bought this brand new TV. Now I'm going to put a headset on and neglect my TV.
Well, see, this is the thing with these. I think Morpheus is just, Sony is reactive. People need to understand Sony is reactive in more ways than they are proactive. They're reacting to Oculus. It ain't nothing.
When you say Morpheus, are you talking about the Matrix?
No, that's the name of their ain't it Morpheus?
Yeah, it's Morpheus or something like that.
That's their virtual reality. Sony has a virtual reality headset now called Morpheus.
They have a virtual board now.
Yeah, they have their own. It's their answer to Oculus. Now, didn't Facebook just buy Oculus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. This is my point. I don't think Oculus is going to improve gaming because it's really not. It's only using gaming to get out, but it's not for gaming.
That sounds like how Sony started.
Oculus is for who bought it. Facebook is for people to. Like say for instance, you got an Oculus Rift and another person across the world got one and you're talking to them and you want to feel more connected to them. You got Oculus Rift in the 3D world and all this and y'all.
I think that's social media.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
If they do that, then Oculus will succeed.
But that's what I believe Oculus Rift is really designed for, and I'm thinking they're using the gamer and the gaming industry as a stepping stone in establishing itself.
Oh, it's jumping off our backs.
Right. Because when I first saw it, it was some other stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on with the PlayStation 4 that makes me believe this as well with the sharing and what it's actually being used for. It's not actually being used for the game more so than people just want you to see them freak and all kind of other stuff. That's what it's actually being used for, even though they design it as you can get on and communicate with your friends and game. But when you actually jump on there, most people ain't doing that. They're doing
porn.
It's porn. It's mostly that type of stuff. Oculus Rift is pretty much for social media, but they're using the back of gamers to get themselves, because it's tech. Yeah. It's easy way of getting seen.
That strategy has been designed by Sony since they got into the industry. I can't even hate on them because guess what? It works. When they came into the industry with the PlayStation, after they couldn't get their little deal with Nintendo off the ground, they're just like, we need to what are we going to do? How are we going to get this system out there? And they sold it as an actual CD player. That's how it started. It was a CD player before anything. Remember when Sony was arguing with the courts, trying to get them to say that their system isn't even a video game system? It was a computer, Sony Computer Entertainment, and the courts was like, no, you're a video game console. I don't know what you're trying to create here, but no, go in the corner with Nintendo and them, and they had to hold their head down. That's what they're trying to do. They're a consumer electronic giant trying to move their next invested consumer off the back of gamers. And guess what's going to happen? Gamers are going to bite because gamers aren't that bright. They just aren't. And this is it's just the realness. They're going to bite.
I'm not saying that Oculus don't work. I don't, like I said, I have never touched one. I have never experienced it. I don't know if you have, John, or tried.
No, I haven't got it, but you know, Torrance did, and he rants and raves about it. But my thing is like, it doesn't matter if it's good because I thought the move was good, but you see what happens with that,
right?
You know,
I just don't really think like if Nintendo was doing it, and this might be me being biased. I'll be honest, but if Nintendo was doing it, I would know that it has gaming in mind.
Nintendo is doing it.
Doing it is not really gaming in mind.
Listen, Nintendo is doing it, and it's not slated for anyone for it to come out anytime soon because guess what? It's ahead of its time. They've learned that with the Virtual Boy. Trust me, Nintendo got their own proprietary one coming out, and then someone later on is gonna be like, "Oh, they tried to bite off Oculus." Like that's like how everyone forgot about the. Remember when they came out with the Wii U Pro controller, and it was like, "Oh my goodness, this looks just like the Xbox controller." And like, what are you talking about? Have you even seen what a Super Nintendo controller looks like? Everyone's biting off of them. Everyone keeps forgetting where their designs are coming from. Nintendo's not taking anyone's designs. They're using their own designs that they tried back then that did not work, and it's working now.
Well, everybody forget this, TriForce. Everybody forget the GameCube had the C. The C,
the C stick.
The C stick. And it done everything that everything that you're doing with the Xbox.
Motion controls back in Super Nintendo with the Super Shot 6.
Exactly, but you can't tell people this because they're ignorant to this. And this is the media. This is the media now trying to change the history. They're trying to rewrite history as they see it today, not as it was yesterday. So a lot of these young generation people are misinformed as to what they're even seeing. So like when Nintendo drops the Oculus, when Nintendo drops their what's the name of this thing here? Their Virtual Boy 2. Because that's what it is, everyone's going to say something about it. Oh, look at them trying to be like, if I was Nintendo, I would just drop it and name it Virtual Boy 2.
Is that why Reggie, I kept seeing some little meat characters circling around the Virtual Boy, and then I seen Reggie with a Virtual Boy, a picture of Reggie with a Virtual Boy.
There's been a few of them coming out. I seen that.
Yeah, because like they already know what it is, B. They already know what it is, and I can't wait for the fanboys to start the stupidness. They're gonna all start saying, "Oh man, see, Nintendo can't make up their own stuff." Like, what do you mean? Everyone's biting off of them. Like, they're not making anything new. Nintendo is. Fake Virtual Boy, Oculus. This shit is trash. Like, get out of here with that. I hope Nintendo doesn't even do that. I hope they just stick to their plan.
I hope they don't either.
You know, come out with that in like 2018 or something. Like, 2014? Yeah, come out there with 2020. Like, come on, man. Like, I want to get the connectivity down pat first. Like, before I see any of this virtual reality. Now, get out of here with that, man.
Right.
Come on.
Well, let's move on and go to this last topic. But before we go there, I want to ask you something, TriForce. Did you see that Tomodachi? Is that how you say it? Life?
Tomodachi. Yeah, Tomodachi Life. Yeah,
Tomodachi.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay, my question is, was that you in there? I don't know. It looked just like your me, man. I was like, is that TriForce?
To be honest with you, you want to hear something funny? I didn't get to see that yet. Because you're the first person. No, you're not the first person. You're like the second person who asked me that. TriForce, were you in the Tomodachi? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it's like, you go take a look at it, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
Man, check it out, man. I will promise. Okay, let me put it like this. I don't know no other black guy with braids that look like you that has ties with Nintendo that they can put in this game.
I'll take a look at it. They have the right to use my me because, I was downloaded a couple of years ago. Actually, the first year the 3DS came out, they have my me, my actual me.
Right.
They have the actual one because to put me in, it was October. Yeah, it was in October, the same year the 3DS dropped. They did a special for me where I was in the e-store, the e-shop. And there was a section was like, check out TriForce's top virtual console game picks. and then you'd see my me, and you'd click it, and you go there, and you see my me close up, and it says here TriForce's top 10 picks of games. They were mostly Zeldas, and there was a Zelda, Pac-Man, there was a Tetris, there's a Mario, but the rest of them were like all the Zeldas and stuff like that. Okay. Those are my top 10 picks. So you couldn't go wrong if you picked them for me.
Okay, you need to check that out. I'll send it to you, man. I can send it.
Send it to me right now. Send it to me right now. I'll confirm. I'll confirm this right now for you. I'll confirm this right now.
I'm finna send it. So let's go on into this last question, but I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna find it while you talking, or you or John, whoever want to start. This will be the last thing we're talking about. What is your most anticipated game, any system, for 2014? You can name up to 2. No more than 2.
Well, I can't name 3. I want to name one on each system.
3. No, nothing past 3. You can start, or John can start. Don't matter.
Yeah. John, start. You start.
For Nintendo is Zelda, or nah, I gotta take that back. For Nintendo is Metroid, but he said 2014, so yeah, hold on.
2000. What you think? I mean, I don't care if it's showing it or coming out. If you think they're going to show it at E3, or you think it's coming out this year, what's your most anticipated game? Even if it's just seeing it, but not actually coming out this year.
It'd be Metroid for Nintendo. On Xbox, it'd be it's that one game that's tied into the TV show. What's that? I forgot what it is. I forgot what the name of it's called, but
that's for TV show.
Yeah, it's like they're making a TV show and it's tied into the game.
Oh, Sonic Boom.
Not
Sonic. I know they got a TV show coming out. I thought that might.
No, I forgot what the name. I forgot what it's called, but they showed it at E3 like this past year.
For Nintendo or
for Microsoft?
For Microsoft. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Where the dude like it paused and he walked into it. What is that? Something. I can't remember it.
Yeah, that was that one. Then
I'll find out.
And then for Sony, it was kind of like, well, I guess they on both systems, but it was but basically I was getting it on Sony, but it was Ground Zero or Phantom Metal Gear Solid. Before it turned into 2 fucking different games. Mm-hmm. But it's Metal Gear Solid, but
Something Break. Is it Something Break?
Quantum Break. Yeah.
Quantum Break. Okay.
Quantum Break. I think that's what it was. And for as far as a Sony exclusive, no, I don't. They kind of pissed me off with Killzone, so I don't. Like, I don't know. I just don't really have nothing.
Now people.
What's that?
People gonna think you hate, though, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm like the most non-biased console gamer there is, but I've been a Sony fanboy. I've been a Microsoft fanboy, and I've been a Nintendo fanboy. They put me in different categories every year. But the thing is, it's like whatever I'm playing, that's what system I prefer at that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. So whatever comes out for whatever system, and that's what I'm going to be playing. That's what I prefer at that moment. And if you ask me like genres, I prefer first-person shooters before anything else.
So Quantum Break, Metroid, and you don't have nothing for Sony, right?
I won't say the order, but then they started showing more stuff, and it's like the more and more information comes out, the more and more it's not looking good.
Order looked like Gears of War to me. I don't care what nobody say. It looked like Gears of War set in a older era. But
because at first I thought it was gonna be like a 4-player co-op type thing. But now I'm coming from what I've been hearing, it's not that no more. So I'm like, well, I don't know. But as far as that's the only thing I can say I think about when I think about that. When I think about Sony, I can't really, other than Ground Zeroes, but that's not really a particularly Sony game. That's not Ground Zero, but Metal Gear Solid 5. That's where I'm going to Phantom Pain. That's where I'm getting it on. So I guess I'll just say Phantom Pain.
Okay. Now they ought to be ashamed with that mess they just released. With
I'll talk to you. I want after everybody does it, I'll talk to you about that.
Okay. TriForce. What's your 3 most anticipated games either reveals to be revealed or coming out this year?
Alright, so unfortunately, I don't want anyone to think, oh, he's being biased. I don't have any games for Sony, to be very honest with you. Not that I think Sony's whack or anything, it's just I don't really know. They don't have any. They don't have any intellect. They don't have any of their own first party that I would. And I'm not into surreal games. I'm not spending those $600 to buy a game that looks like me in real life. Like life is free, Why would I want to buy a game to emulate what's in real life? I want to do something you cannot do in real life. So for me, I would love to see, for the Xbox One, like the final Gears of War, like that's gotta happen. I'm a Gears of War head. And then I want Sonic and Mario Adventures for the Wii U and Zelda. Can't go wrong, B. Can't go wrong with those.
Sonic and Mario. What's that? Is that's
real?
Now,
TriForce is messing with it because TriForce wants them to make unless you said it's happening.
It's happening, B. It's happening. There's no way Nintendo's not going to do it. No way. And TriForce means no way. Nintendo's not going to do it. No way. You crazy. Come on, man. Like, Nintendo's not going to make a Sonic and Mario adventure. You what?
TriForce been on this since we started doing the podcast together. He been talking about that Mario and Zelda, man.
Listen, man. Listen. When Nintendo does that, everyone is going to go bonkers.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be the game. It's going to be the game. I believe it's going to happen. I mean, what you said earlier about how they're both pretty much using the same template, the same foundation. They pretty much figured out how to play Sonic in it. And I can see that happening. Right? No joke. I can really see that happening. Did you get did you get it?
Did I get the okay, let me get wait. You sent it in the
on the Skype. You'll be able to click it. The link is there. Right there on the Skype in the group call.
Move this wire right here.
While he's watching that, I'll tell you about the Metal Gear.
Well, let me tell you my.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
let me tell you my anticipated. Since I know this game is going to be shown at E3, I am definitely looking forward to seeing what the next Zelda for the Wii U is going to look like. I believe that this will be the game. I see them clearing space to show this game. People got to read between the lines. Nintendo had no reason, even with Mario Super Smash Bros. Coming out for the 3DS.
Hold on for a second. Is he wearing an orange shirt?
Orange is red.
Do he has glasses? Because I don't wear glasses.
It's two of them. It's two of them in there. You just have to keep watching. There's another one. There's one with glasses, and I think it's one that is not with glasses.
All right, I gotta see the one without glasses. Because the one with glasses is definitely not me.
Okay,
that's for sure. So the one in the orange. Hold on. Where am I? Wait, no. Why I said where am I? Like I know I'm in there.
But go ahead. My bad.
No.
You still looking through it?
Yeah, because I don't know which part to
It's pretty long. You might not see it. You probably just have to just keep watching it. It's a few spots. I don't think that's the only one. It was one that was in. It was quick, but I don't think that one had glasses. And I think the shirt he had on was like a purplish something color. But just keep watching it. But I think people need to read between the lines because I believe there is a catch for why Nintendo is showing Smash at this point. Now, with them not necessarily announcing a date for when the 3DS version is releasing.
That was smart.
That was smart, but they showed so much information for Smash Bros. That they left not much to tell at E3. So I'm seeing them clearing the decks we already know Zelda's going to be there. but I'm believing that there's another game that's going to be there that Nintendo's clearing the decks to spend time on. But yeah, Zelda is one of my anticipated. For some reason, I believe we might see a Star Fox. So that's another one. And the third one is that Mario Kart. So I want to play Quantum Break, but I don't know if I'm getting the Xbox yet. But I did play one. I finally got a chance to touch the Xbox controller. I finally got the chance to rub on them knobs. And I like the Xbox controller better than the PlayStation 4s, man. I don't know what it is.
It's the analog stick. Them sticks is. I've been trying to tell everybody, I was like, them sticks is the truth.
Right. I like
the way it grips.
I like the way it grips. I like the way it just fits in your hand. I was playing Forza, and it looked good. I asked my wife, I was like, how does this look compared to what I got at the house? You know, I was talking about Need for Speed, Most Wanted You, and you know, she ain't a gamer. She don't really care. She's like, look. I said, how does this look? I said, it look just like the game you got at the house. And I started laughing. I said, this look way better than the game I got at the house. She said, it's a little brighter. Anyway, you know, okay, let me stop. But anyway, I like the Xbox One, the way it felt in my hand. I like how the controller feels. I like even down to how the game looked. I know it's not as powerful as the PlayStation 4, but everything I have seen on the PlayStation 4, to me, Forza looked better. I don't know. It might be just me. But anyway, I am interested in the Quantum Break for that. Right now, there is not much that I'm looking forward to with Sony. Like I said, I will say the Order as well. But like I said, it looked like Gears of War. And to me, I don't like games that do what other games that came before it done, and that I'm already used to it. Because I start trying to find out start looking for what's wrong with it or how it's not playing like what I'm used to. So, but I'm still leaning towards a PlayStation 4. But I'm not gonna lie, man, the Xbox One did kind of connect with me in a way that the PlayStation 4 didn't. And I had a dream that I bought an Xbox One and took it back and got. This what happened. Don't laugh at me. I'm serious. I'm telling you the truth. Honest God truth, man. I bought an Xbox One in this dream. I bought the Xbox One. And before I got out the store, I started getting all this pressure about the games. And I started seeing Uncharted. I started seeing God of War. And I went back and got the PlayStation 4. I took out before I left the store, and I woke up, and I started laughing. I said, "I'm gonna talk about this either in a video or on a podcast." But yeah, I bought the Xbox One, man, but I didn't leave the store with it. So I don't know. I'm torn. I'm torn, people. I'm torn. But the Xbox One felt so good in my hands. I'm not gonna lie. But we down to the end. You was finna say something, John, about
Okay, so I've been holding out for Ground Zero, because that was one of my most anticipated games for this whole generation, for this whole next generation. When I went to E3, that was like my favorite. Was Phantom Pain. It was before they split it into two games. Right? I didn't know
Metal Gear Solid, right?
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. I didn't know it was maybe it's just my ignorance or something. I didn't know it was two games. You know what I'm saying? Until later on, like till after E3 a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's when I found out it was going to be two different games. So I got it. I mean, I was waiting for it. You know, I put it on my GameFly list, and I guess nobody decided to turn it back in because it never came. Because they never sent it. So I went on ahead and caved in and bought it on the PlayStation. I just bought the digital version. So I caved in and bought it. So I don't try to rush through any of my games because I feel like if I get through them real quick, I'm gonna be mad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't try to rush through any of my games. And I was actually messing up and doing. I was getting killed and doing all kinds of stuff on this game. But I swear, it was an hour later I was done with the game.
Wow.
How much you pay for it?
It was like 30. 30 was 30.
You only paid $30. I thought Cass was paying $60 for that game.
No, it was 30. It's 30. $29.99.
Did it just go down?
No, that's how much it was. $39.99.
Okay.
I mean, $29.99.
Dudes is getting hit in the gut, B. Come
For
on.
a demo, man.
Yeah, no, so, hold on. I'm on the. It's a catch-22 to this.
Okay.
Catch-22 to this. So I'm playing the game, right? I'm rescuing the one person. I rescued the other person. Then I got into the helicopter, and they played out the whole cutscene. And I'm just sitting there like, "Are you fucking serious? It's over?" I said, "You can't be." I said, "You can't be real right now." I said, "I know everybody said it was short, but I just couldn't believe it was that short." I was like, "No." I was like, "Come on, you can't be doing this to me right now." So the main part of the game is short, but there's more content to it.
Okay.
Because you unlock other missions and stuff that you go. Because when you first started, it's the main mission. The meat and potatoes of the main game, the story part, whatever. You go in there, you do that, you rescue them, you get the information, and then you get out. That's that. Then you did these other 3 parts before you rescued the last person that you had to rescue, and then you go finish this last little extra missions or whatever. If he would have put it all into the same thing, the same instead of just separating into pieces or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you would have looked at it a different way. But because he put the main mission first, you play that, it's over, play cutscene, credits, whatever, you go back to the start, you go back to the main menu, then you click you go to mission select, then you click the next mission, you go in to
sounds like trash.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it like that, it's trash, but it's the visuals of it, the gameplay is fun. I had fun with it. It's the way it's real brief because
it should have
of what
been
he
a
did.
demo. It should have been a demo, and this was just a cash grab, and he played on, like what John was saying, it was so much confusion around whether the title was a part of the other title or, when it came out that it was 2 separate games, then you thought it was a full-fledged experience, and then right when they had it out for sale, then they let you know, well, it's only so long, and then the extra missions will make the experience longer. To me, it was a slap in the face to fans of the series. That to me, that's what it was, because it was
like
just a money grab.
You got Grand Theft Auto, right? You got the open world, right? And then you had the little side missions and stuff, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And in between the side missions or in between the main missions, you can go do the side missions or whatever.
Right.
If he would have implemented it like that, it would have been fine. I don't think nobody would have been really crying about it. You know what I'm saying?
Really? You know something? If you had just connected that to the original Metal Gear and that was the bonus content, that would have just been better.
Right.
True.
Or just release it as a demo. I don't understand why would you make people pay $30 for.
It's the same reason why he like that stupid online shit that he had for Metal Gear Solid 4, make you go through that separate third party shit.
I don't. What's that man's name? What is his name?
Kojima?
I don't care for Kojima. Nothing. I ain't played none of. I have never played. I ain't gonna say I have never played, but I don't buy nothing of Kojima's. Honestly, I don't. I don't care for Kojima. I don't know.
But then it kind of the knife kind of went in further when I found out the game ain't even nowhere nearby coming out no time soon. I was like, how you gonna do me like that?
Wasn't he in the game?
Yeah, he's in one of the missions, the side missions. He's one of the dudes you gotta go rescue.
Oh my god!
The level of conceit is on another level
Kojima,
with that one.
Let me take you this far with Kojima, man. He actually
feeling himself.
He actually asked, him and Sakurai are cool, are friends. Now he's not now. Solid Snake or Snake hasn't appeared far as a game.
Yeah.
Hasn't never appeared on the Nintendo system in how many different generations?
Exactly. He asking him to bring Snake back into the next Smash. Get out of here! Get out of here, B.
I sat back and started laughing. I was like, this dude has got to be on one, man. But
He did you a solid for the Wii, and what have they done? What has Konami done? What has the Metal Gear franchise done for Nintendo on the Wii, on the #1 install console based at home in the last gen? Nathans, zero, nada, zilch, nothing. And what have they done for the next generation? Nothing. Yet you ask it. First of all, watch this. In terms of gameplay, which system would Metal Gear blossom on amongst the 3 systems now?
It's built for the gamepad. It's obvious. It's built for the gamepad.
But this guy doesn't make it for the Nintendo Wii U, but then asks Sakurai, can he put Snake in his game?
Because that's the most attention that Snake has got.
That. It's supposed to be some shit that you're supposed to do with the I don't know if it's with the phone or with the Vita. You're supposed to be able to connect with it too, second screen, but it doesn't work the same.
You can talk about this all night, but I thought that was hilarious when I saw that. I actually watched that interview that I think it was what is his name? The guy with Spike TV. What is his name?
Jeff Keighley?
Jeff Keighley did, but I saw the interview, and when he got to the part where he actually, they asked him about that, and he said he hoped, and he hoped that they do, but, he said it's not likely, but he hoped that they do. But I'm like, dude, you got to be out your mind to even hope that, you haven't done anything for Nintendo as far as, and that's what I don't understand. I asked him this question. I actually tweeted him this. Being a Japanese developer, it was seen that you would want Nintendo to thrive. Being that you are, y'all both are of the same, background, and this is a Japanese company. You are Japanese. I would think you would want them to thrive, but that's me. But I thought it was silly. But anyway. I don't have any more questions, man. Anybody got anything they want to say before we bounce out of here?
Just play the games you love, man. Like, all this extra stuff, man, is just nonsense. Like, don't you just feel, like, drained? Like, it's like you're tired. Like, yo,
yeah. I'm glad, like, games like Mario Kart and stuff like that is coming out, man, because I ain't gonna lie, up until this point, there's only been a few games that have really made me smile as a gamer. 3D World made me smile and put a smile on my face. DKC put a smile on my face. Pikmin put a smile on my face. Far as Sony and Microsoft, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw Rise, it put a smile on my face. And actually, when I touched the Xbox One controller the other day, it put a smile on my face. But it hasn't been that much. It hasn't been that many spots where I actually smiled as a gamer. It's kind of like I've been forcing myself and kind of fronting a little bit. But I haven't been satisfied like I believe I should be with these new systems being out. But I know it takes a little time, but I'm glad, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. So.
I ain't.
Not happy with what you're saying?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, let me specify. When it comes to Nintendo.
Yeah,
I'm happy seeing. I can't say that, but the other, but I can't
see. This is my thing. I try to tell people, and people think I'm crazy. And I think you saw me say this on Twitter. You put any of these other companies in the same situation that Nintendo's in right now.
They're dead.
Exactly.
They're dead. They're dead.
So when people ask me, like, my fault.
They lose third-party support. They're finished.
And so when people ask me, like, what do you think about Nintendo's situation? I say, well, I think they're doing freaking spectacular given the situation. You know what I'm saying? Given the situation that they're in, they're doing spectacular. Are they selling what they want to sell? Probably not. But I said at the same time, but you put the same situation to anybody else, they'd be dead. Look at Sega. Third party left Sega, Sega collapsed and went under.
That happens to anybody, any of these guys, with the exception of Nintendo. That happens to them, they are finished.
Especially Xbox. Like, Xbox first party is damn near not non-existent. There's some, but it's like it's not enough to keep them up, to keep them afloat. You know.
But it seems like Xbox has the most exclusives this time around, though.
Yeah, they bought a lot of things, but they haven't released them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They haven't released them. It's like, and then like, I was trying to tell people, I was like, look at how many games Sony has coming out for 2014, right? Mm-hmm. Look at how many games Microsoft has exclusive coming out for 2014. And then look at how many games Nintendo has coming out for 2014. Now you're telling me that the system that's supposed to be dead and dying has more games than the other two consoles coming out?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, that just don't make sense to me.
And Nintendo, like I said, man, Nintendo is putting a smile on my face in a way that I haven't smiled in a while. So,
and I don't care. I'm doing the shit on Sony because I'm still pissed off about Killzone.
Now you gotta tell hip hop to stop coming up with these silly
I can't say that dude. He on his own thing. So he
need to stop with that, dude. I be sitting back like
he only see graphics. That's all he see.
Man.
So that's why, because he praises Killzone, and I'm sitting there looking like, how can you praise that piece of shit? It looks good. I cannot knock it there. It looks great. But as far as me as a gamer and me as a first-person shooter, I felt really let down and disrespected. Sorry. Yes, they patched a lot of the stuff that I was complaining about in, but you shouldn't have to patch it in. It should have never came out like that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Then the biggest disrespect was how are you going to have a first-person shooter with no voice communication in 2014 on the PlayStation 4, and they had it back in, 1990-something?
Dude, it's like we said before, man. They knew. I made a video and I said Sony knows their fan base. They know what moves their fans. They know what make their fan itch. All they gotta do is their current fan, because the fans that are fans of Sony weren't always fans of Sony. I think Sony knows their fans cater towards power and graphics. Once they showed Killzone looking like it looked, that's all they had to do, and the rest was done. They could have released that game with no online, and nobody would have fussed about it.
Since I'm on my Sony bashing thing right now, we're gonna talk about the PSP and the Vita. PSP, I love my PSP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was good about it. It's just, what did it need? It just needed a second analog stick, right? Because they kept making these games that just would have been better with a second analog stick, right? They made all these games, right? So now you come with the PS Vita, right? It solved that problem. And what do they make? They make games that you should have seen on the PSP. They utilize the one stick configuration. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where are my shooters at? Where are my action adventure games at? We had all this on the PSP, but now on the Vita it's not. We got what, 3? We have 3 shooters in the 2 years that the Vita's been in existence. You had Call of Duty. You had what's that? You had Killzone, and you had Resistance. And 2 of them was crap. and I think Killzone on the Vita is better than Killzone on the PlayStation 4 as far as gameplay.
I played one Killzone. It was the 3rd one. I didn't care for it. But it did look nice, though. But let me ask this before we get out of here. I meant to ask this. It just popped in my head. And since I got y'all on here, and what do y'all think about the indie, the new development of indie titles coming to the Wii U, and like the 120 different indie titles coming to the Wii U, like Stick It to the Man, and there's a few others. I don't have them all in front of me right now. But they got a lot of indie Shovel Knight, and what are y'all thinking about that movement?
I have to keep it completely honest. I'm not a fan of indie games.
Okay.
But this for the simple fact is that it's not that anything that they did wrong. It's just that when I get these new systems, it's not what I bought it for. I just want people to fully utilize the system because this is what I bought it for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair.
For those indie games, like all those indie games that's coming out for the PSN and Xbox and all this stuff, I can play those on a handheld. You know, there's nothing that they're doing that I couldn't do on the handheld. And I actually, like, as a matter of fact, I was just playing this game. What's this called? It's like it's on PSN. It's like a crossover between Contra and something else. I forgot. I was just freaking playing it. What the hell is it called? Or I was just sitting thinking. I was like, wow, yeah, this is nice, but I would rather been playing this on my Vita.
Mm.
But that's just me. But now there is gonna come when any developer is gonna come is gonna make that game that's gonna blow me away, and I'm just waiting for it. But right now, I'm not into the indie scene.
What TriForce? You know, before we get out of here, what's your thoughts on the indie scene?
On the indie scene, it's a good thing. It's refreshing. It's something to deviate from the garbage in the main scene. Short and concise, just like that.
Okay.
Look forward to see more of these games on the virtual console so people can enjoy and get some of these developers out there, man, because you'd be surprised how great some of these indie developers are. Better than... I'm not even going to say it, man. I'm not even going to say it.
Now, see, this is... When I'm thinking about indie games, what do you like... Like, cause you saying like the media much, cause like, so when I look at PC in indie games, to me that's a different story.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna send you some links. I don't know if you've seen them or not. I'll send them to you and let you check them out. Me personally, I'm with Try. It was a breath. At first, I would have been with you, John. I would have been like, I ain't really tripping off of the indie. I want a little bit more than that. But after watching a lot of these, and I got to give a shout out to Nintendo enthusiasts because they the one been doing these showcasing some of these games and really letting us see what they actually look like and how they play and what's the mindset behind them and the direction they're trying to go. It's a few gems, man, you know, that's really making me feel like back in the Super NES days how I felt then. You know, it's kind of bringing that where it was just about the gameplay. It was just about the game and the fun of the game. And like I said, I'll send you some links. You can check out a few of them. Graphically, no, they're not going to blow you away, but like Guacamelee, they're on that level. A lot of the games are on that level, and some even better looking than that. And I don't know if you ever seen that game.
What's the game it's indie game? It's on PC first, but it's on PlayStation now. What's the It's a shooter.
Resogun?
No, not Resogun. No, it's a first person shooter. It's
I don't know. I wouldn't know
what
that.
the hell is it? Okay, but anyway, on the PlayStation, they brought it out on the PlayStation. It's one of the little launch titles that they give you for free or whatever. And it's nice, but it's not polished. It's laggy. It's like, you know, it's just the polish is not there for me. You know, I think you would be shocked by these. I think these got polished. I wouldn't, like I said, I wasn't big on indie, but they have proven themselves. I want like at least 10 of these games I'm looking forward to getting. The 90s Racer, I don't know if you've seen that one. That looks good. Shannon with Nano Assault, and they coming out with another one. It's a racing game. I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyway, they got a lot of games. It's going to be graphic. Supposed to be using 4K textures and all that in the game. So it's another one that's on Xbox that came out. It's like a little where
Neo Racers. That's what it's called. Neo Racers.
Yeah, it's on the Xbox. Where I actually thought it would serve better purpose on the Wii U because with the gamepad or whatever. But basically, you got this little magic crayon or magic marker or whatever, and you got to you draw these little things and you it's just how you interact with the world. It's cool. I still think it would have started better on the Wii U because with the gamepad. But at the same time, it's like when I play little platformer games, it's like, yeah, these is nice, but I still would rather play Mario. or Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, you always gonna.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how when I play that, that's just how I
But
feel.
some of these, man, I'm telling you, like I said, I'm gonna send you the links and I send them to you on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I think you'll be fairly shocked. I really do. I'm gonna send you. They got a first-person shooter one. They got an action-adventure one. They got platformers, and they got a 3D platformer. They got this one called something hat. I can't remember the full name of it, but I know it's got something to do with a hat. I had to look it up. But that game looked like like the people who made Banjo-Kazooie made it. It's pretty. It's looking good, man. Indie on Nintendo. I can't say nothing about Sony and Microsoft.
My thing is, I'm just not. It's not my thing, but like I don't knock it. It's like I know people enjoy it and whatever because but it's not my thing.
Right.
I was like, because every time I sit there playing platform, yeah, I'm having fun, but at the same time, I was like, yo, I got Mario. Why am I playing this? You know what I'm saying? I was like. This is how I feel. Because Mario's just that good to me. I was like, I got Mario. I want to play that.
I agree. I feel you on that.
Like with that one shooter that was on PlayStation, I'm like, why am I playing this? I have Call of Duty. Let me take this out and put the Call of Duty. I was like, why am I playing this?
Well, with that,
it's not a knock to him. It's just it's not my thing.
Hey, man, I understand. Like I said, indie titles was not my thing, but a few of them titles stood out to me, and I had to change my tune a little bit. So, but with that being said, thought this was a pretty good podcast, man. With that, if anybody got anything else they want to say before we get out of here, you can send your shots out or say your goodbyes or whatnot. And then we'll just fade on into the darkness. TriForce, you want to send a shout out and.
Let me see here. I want to give a shout out to Nintendo. All the Nintendo fans out there. Can't wait for the next Smash Brothers. Definitely look forward to the Nintendo 3DS. I want to give a shout out to all the people here in France. It was a great time. MTV Game 1, No Life, Ken Bogart, the French community, and whatnot. I also want to give a big shout out to Smash Champions, Mewtwo King and Armada. Those guys are making big moves for the team in the Smash world. I don't want to forget the other players in the Empire City like Sanford, Dominion, Yipes, Dragon God, Kraymore, Gerard, and all the other members, Knuckle Do, and so forth, that's helping to keep the company and the team alive. And who else? Definitely want to thank Nintendo for always hanging in there. Can't wait for you guys to make your move on the connectivity with the system. I want to thank you, Level, Live, for having me on your show again. Thank all the fans who watch your show and support, and and give you guys feedback on YouTube. Don't forget, watch when this drops on the YouTube. Please leave your feedback. I watch a lot of the recording, and I like to comment on some of the feedback by the people. So I don't mind commenting back to some of you guys. So please leave some feedback on Live and LeveledHead's YouTube. Pretty much that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, we always love having you on here, TriForce, and we look forward to future. We try to get you on here as much as we can because you are requested. Could you get TriForce back? So I always try to get you on. John, you want to say your goodbye, your signing outs and your shots out?
Fuck Killzone.
And he's still something over there.
Oh my God, man. That's it?
Yep, that's it. Thanks for having me on. Killzone, kiss my ass. That's it.
Okay. That was John Shaw right there. I don't know I guess Killzone just did not do you right. Anyway, I want to send a shout out to my boy Live. I don't know what happened. We was looking forward.
Every time I come on your show, this happens to him.
Here the last few times, yeah, it has, man. I don't know what's going up, but hopefully I can get him. He'll be on next time. Yeah, send a shout out to him. Send a shout out to my boy K-Bum and K-Bum 20. And to all those who listen, man, I hope y'all enjoy this. Leave your comments. Like TriForce said, we will respond. We might need to do a questionnaire, where we let them ask questions and we try to answer them to our best our ability. So leave some questions on my